want to do a little introduction. We forgot to do one in our first video. I promise we'll get better. We're still getting the hang of this. But my name's Taylor, and that's Adam. Adam's 22, and I'm 23. We're from Florida, a really small town. I grew up closer to the beach, closer to Daytona Beach. Adam grew up more central Florida.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. And we met through school. We've been dating about close to 7 years now. Dog, we have a pit bull named Marley.
We call her Mur.
We have a bunch of different names for Marley.
Or Blur.
You'll hear us calling her different names in every video. She pretty much comes to any of them, but she's very smart. She's about 4. She'll be 4 this month, actually. We rescued her when she was about 4 months old. We got into trucking about 2 months ago. Well, probably 3 months ago. We decided we were going to do it. Then we kind of just hopped on it. And, originally, we went to school in Tampa, at Tampa Truck Driving School, which is a really, really good school. I highly recommend it for anyone that is looking to get their CDL. They treated us really well. They taught us so much. I felt like I learned more there than any other school. All the other schools that we went and looked at, I felt like they were just a ripoff. Like all they wanted was your money. I didn't feel that way with Tampa Truck Driving School. I felt like they were there to help us, not take our money. We went to school. When did we start school?
April.
March?
Before April.
March. I think the beginning of March. Yeah, like the first or second week of March we started truck driving school. It was a month long. They put us up in a hotel. All we had to do was pay for our food while we were there. We originally went for our Class A CDL, which is what we have, but we kind of fell into this straight trucking gig through chance. We were just looking online at places where we could get hired. After the first company that we were going to go with fell through, we started looking and
Actually, the second company we were going to go with.
well, yeah, the second company. The first company was Stevens Transport, which I don't recommend that company. They really screwed us over.
Screwed a lot of people over.
A lot of people. And we know a few people that are with them right now that aren't too happy, and they're just going to do their 6 months and get out and go somewhere else. The only reason that the people that we know are with Stevens still is because they pay for a lot of the school. The company that we went with doesn't pay for any of the school at all, but they're so far a really good company. I don't have anything bad to say about them yet. I mean, we've only been doing it for about two and a half weeks through Panther. But this is a little different than regular truck driving. This is expedited freight, so they want you to be a team. They don't want anyone that's solo. I mean, they hire solos to do the smaller short runs, but really it's all team drivers that they want, and it's all like, okay, we got a load now, we need you to go pick it up within the next 2 hours, and it needs to be halfway across the United States by tomorrow. So that's mostly how it is. They do have some short loads, which we're on a short load right now. We're really just going from South California right now to the middle of California, San Francisco-ish. So it's not really that big of a load, but we kind of like the smaller loads because then it gives us a chance to see where we're at. That's kind of why we're doing this. The whole reason we started trucking was because we wanted to see the United States, but we're so young to the point where we can't retire and see the United States, so we decided to go with a career that would let us see the United States while we get paid at the same time.
Another reason we got with Panther is because he didn't need any experience, and which means that we have our license, but with a tractor trailer, every company wants you to go out with a trainer for at least a month, and we didn't want to do that because that means that we'd be split. We've been together 7 years. A month apart would be just, it'd be like heartbreaking. So with this, we didn't have to do any, they handed us the keys to the truck, we signed the lease, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, and we were on our way. That's why we did it. A big reason why, at least. The truck is clean now. It was never really too dirty. We just like to clean up Marley's hair because she sheds a lot. And anybody who's ever met Marley probably know she's all over our clothes all the time anyways. But we're gonna go ahead and show you around the truck a little bit. A lot of our friends on Facebook and stuff don't really even know that semi-trucks have beds in them. So we're gonna show you guys around, show you guys some of our favorite features and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right up here on the dash. So on the dash here, it's just like any other car. It's got these gauges. A lot more gauges than a car though, but it's nothing really too scary. It's just miles per hour, oil pressure, our gas and our DEF, which is diesel exhaust fluid, RPMs, water temperature, transmission temperature, oil temperature, and then our air gauges over here, which the truck has an air compressor in it, and that's what controls like these seats and stuff. As you can see, they go up and they go down, and it's all controlled with air, and it controls our brakes too, so that's really cool. So that's what that is. It just tells us how much air pressure's in there, make sure that our compressor's working and stuff like that. Up here you got the like semi horn, I guess, I don't know. That's pretty loud, and then also has a wimpier city horn in here. So everything else is really just like a car, except for maybe this. The air pressure is also for the brakes too. So if you push this in, you can hear the air pressure that releases our brakes, and that applies the brakes too. So that's pretty much the only difference. We got a lot of switches down here too that just stuff that we barely ever use, like heat for the mirrors, traction control and stuff like that. Stuff we don't really ever use. A radio, just like any other car. Over here, this is what's called a quail comm. This is how we keep track of how long we've been driving, regulated by the federal government. So now moving on, up top here, there's a lot of storage. It's hard to see because it's a little dark, but we keep all our important paperwork right here, so if we get pulled over, it's just right there in reach. Permits and stuff like that. You also have logs on you. A lot of storage for gum or beef jerky, whatever you have it, stuff like that. We keep usually up here. Our wallets and stuff, sunglasses, just a bunch of storage, a bunch of storage everywhere. So that's about it up front. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to Taylor. She'll show you guys the back.
This is the back of the truck. We have a lot of storage. I'll start up at the top and work my way down. There's a cabinet up here. We keep our blender up there. Really, it's hard to keep everything nice and neat because as we're moving, everything falls over all the time. But we have, we like to, every other day, every day if we can, we like to stop for a few minutes, wash our dishes. We don't have very many dishes because there's really not a lot of room. So we have our blenders. I have a cup, Adam has a cup. And we try to do smoothies for breakfast or like special case cereal. We have our detergent up there, and then there's just a bunch of box of just whatever. We have some spices over here. We try not to eat out too much, but it's kind of hard. It takes some getting used to. We just got a microwave today, or yesterday. And there's some more storage right here. We keep all of Marley's stuff. She has different bandanas and her toys and her nail clippers. Stuff like that is all right here. And we also bought her a little backpack, so whenever we go hiking and stuff, we can clean, just make her carry all her own stuff. This is really cool because, I mean,
Who wants to carry that shit?
yeah, who wants to carry that? And then Adam has his shower bag. I have my shower bag. And then down here is some more storage. There's a little light. Just I always put my phone right here, but it tends to fall off. But we have a toaster, some fruit. Adam likes his Nutter Butters. Some Pringles, crackers, bananas, peanut butter for Marley. And then Marley eats right down here. Shine light in there too. This actually goes back really far. This is where we keep like our bowls, and then we have some GoPro equipment, but it goes back very far. Like, I don't even put anything back all the way to the back. Then we have this little drawer. We normally put the laptop on it, but we mostly keep just knickknacks. You know, everyone has one of those drawers where you just have a bunch of random stuff in it. This is ours. Keep our silverware right there. We have a deck of cards. We like to play cards when we don't have anything else to do. We have an extra little tablet right there. Tums, you know, headache medicine. Then there's the back of the seat. That's where we keep our atlas, and then we have a little thing over here. It's mostly my stuff. I keep my dry shampoo, my brush. We have these elastic ropes that I try to use at least once a day because I don't want to get too big out here. I know how people can come out here and come back home and they're 30 pounds more. So we have some water, and I have some protein powder. Then over here we have another storage container. This is where we keep Marley's food and our plates. Not much in there. It goes back pretty far too, but she has her treats, dental bones, her Blue Buffalo food. Then we got some more food over here. Just some bread, some snacks, and then our paper towels. This is our fridge. It's not very big. It's kind of hard to open sometimes. I can't get it open now.
It gets suctioned on there real
It
good.
gets stuck. I can't even get it open at the moment. Not with one hand.
Strong man.
But there's just enough room for a little bit of food, as you can see. We got some drinks down there, some waters. There's a little freezer up top. Got some frozen fruit. That's really about it. And then we keep our shoes down at the bottom, which is down here. This goes back pretty far as well. Just try to keep our stinky shoes out of having to smell them. And this is our bed. Marley normally sleeps right there normally, but
When we're both
on the bed, she sleeps down there. It's just a twin size mattress. And then there's our microwave. And this is where we keep our clothes. We have little bins, that backpacks for whenever we do laundry. And it's really just, we got some towels back there because Marley's feet tend to get very dirty when we let her out, especially when it's raining.
I keep one up here too.
Yeah, we keep a towel
the
up
front
there
door.
just to wipe our feet off and her feet off, because you could really track some serious mud in here whenever it's raining outside. So
When you're driving, you got this curtain right here.
it gets very dark back here with this curtain.
Gets real dark.
And there's curtains up front too. So if we don't want this curtain shut, we can shut the curtains up on the dashboard. Which is what, if we're both stopped, like we're not driving at all, we're doing laundry and everything, we shut just the curtains up on the dashboard.
Sorry.
We didn't end the
Video.
wait. Let's say sorry. We did.
Okay. I'm sorry. Oh. I'm.
Sorry.
We
Did
end
the
video.
video.
Okay. So we didn't have it. I always say so. Why do I always say so? We didn't have an ending for that truck tour, so we're uploading the vlog, and this is kind of just like a a random kind of throwing it all together. So thank you for watching. That was our truck, and we'll see you on the next vlog.
Ow.
Say something.
What do you want me to say?
Say something.
Goodbye.